First off, the National Football League just agreed to a data rights deal with Genius Sports. And this is a really big deal because right now, Genius Sports is a very small company. They're not like that large, and they're going public through a SPAC merger. Currently, their stock ticker symbol is DMYD. After hours, once this partnership was announced, the stock rose over 25% just from this deal. During the day, it rose about 6%. So in one single day, rose about 31% from this deal with the NFL. And I think it could go much higher from this. So this deal makes Genius Sports the official data provider for NFL games. They're going to distribute real-time play-by-play stats. They're also going to provide sports betting data feeds to media companies and sports betting firms domestically and internationally. This deal is valued at about $1.5 billion over the lifetime of the deal for Genius Sports. It's a multi-year agreement. It's a contract with the NFL, and I think there's a lot more room for them to grow. This is just the beginning for them, because right now, Genius Sports is the number one holder of official data rights with sports leagues, and that's a pretty big economic moat. It makes it hard to replicate for other companies, in the space to replicate the size and scale, number of relationships that Genius Sports already has in this growing industry. So right now, they distribute official sports data to sports books, sports leagues, and media companies. And right now, their customers, they have this major deal with the NFL, but other customers they work with, they enter multi-year agreements to access real-time sports data. And analysts believe that the total addressable market for the company was about $1.6 billion in 2020, but I think that's going to double by 2025 to $3 billion because sports betting market is growing very rapidly. We're seeing more and more states legalize sports betting. And really, within the next couple of years, we're expected to see almost all of the states legalize sports betting. A couple of risks of investing in them. They do have a pretty high growth rate of around 25 to 35% year over year. Analysts are the risks is that there could be slower than expected legalization of online sports betting globally. I don't see this as a big issue, because eventually all states, most countries are going to have legalized sports betting. We're seeing Canada have a big push for that as well. So I don't think that's going to be a major issue. It may take a little longer, but I don't see that being a real obstacle. And the other risk is inflation of data access rights from major sports leagues. So right now, good thing with Genius Sports is they are the number one holder of official data rights with sports leagues. They have this major partnership with the NFL, which is a multi-year agreement. It makes them the official data provider of the NFL. And I see this as really a huge deal for the company. Going to provide billions of dollars in revenue, and it could open the doors for a lot more opportunities, a lot more partnerships down the road. So really, I don't look at this as just a deal with the NFL, but I see this as being a major platform that they can then use to open up into having smaller deals with other smaller companies over the next couple of years. So right now, the stock ticker symbol is DMYD, and I see this as a long-term play. Still, the merger has not yet been completed, but it is a SPAC. But this is still a really big deal, because then they're going to get funding from the SPAC merger. They can use that money to push for marketing. They have now the money from the NFL deal. There's a lot to like about this company.